was early one Sunday morning, and my son and I were driving to church, and we were stopped at a red light, and I felt this huge crash, and this car just hit me from behind, and it was totally out of the blue. I didn't hear any skid marks. There was nothing. It was just this immediate crash. I knew right then my neck and my back were hurting, and when the person got out, they came over to see me, and he asked if I was okay, and I told him that, I was hurting, and I had my son in the car too, and his neck and back were hurting. Then he told me that, he said, I'm sorry that I had hot coffee in my lap, and it spilled all over me, and I didn't realize that I didn't even look up, and all of a sudden I hit you. And after the police came, and I went to the doctor and was checked out, and I found out, I had hurt my back and my neck pretty good. So I thought I would be nice and to the insurance companies, and I called them and I told them that I was going to go seek treatment and get my back worked on and my neck looked at, and they said, okay, that's fine. So I started getting treatment, and a few weeks later, they told me that my car wasn't bad enough to have had any injuries. And I'm like, what are you talking about? The other person's car was totaled, but my car didn't have as much damage. And they had a bigger car than mine too. They had a Cadillac, but mine was a Honda. And the back end of mine was damaged, and they gave me a hard time about even fixing that. They harassed me about going to the doctor. They didn't want me to go anymore to the doctor. And so a friend of mine told me that I should look into some counsel, and they knew of a firm that would help me, and they were called Benson, Bertoldo, Baker, and Carter. So I decided I would go and see about getting some assistance because the insurance company didn't want to work with me anymore. So I went to the firm, and I met with John Bertoldo. And he was so nice, and he explained everything to me about my rights and what they could do for me to help me and to help me get the assistance that I needed in getting medical care and to get my car fixed properly. He even gave me a lesson on insurance companies, a whole history lesson, which was pretty nice to hear. Charlene was helping me in getting the assistance. She helped me tremendously. So they worked very hard in getting the insurance company to comply with what was right. So I did get the care I needed thanks to John Bertoldo and the help that Charlene had given us too. And my son is better, and I got better, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been treated this well. And they got everything taken care of financially and medically that I needed, and I just want to thank them. They've done a wonderful job for me, and I would recommend them to anybody.